Ladies and gentlemen, now we will start the second part of this forum, a discussion by the student representatives of the Super Global High Schools. Today, I have been given the honor of introducing today's 6 participants. Our first participant is Mr. Aksumi Noguchi, second grade student at Shibuya Senior High School, Shibuya Kyoiku Gakken. Our next participant is Mr. Ryushiro Igeda, third grade student from Glasgow University Senior High School.
I'm a crystal juggler, and juggling has helped me many times in communicating with foreign people. Thank you.
How brave you are to show us juggling, which has nothing to do with SGH. And the next participant is Miss Mae Takada, second grade student from Senior High School at Otsuka, University of Tsukuba. And the next participant is Miss Runa Imamura, second grade student from Hiroshima Jogakuin, Junior and Senior High School. Our next participant is Miss Shi Kawai, second grade student from Yokohama Municipal Minami High School. And our final participant is Miss Fumika Nakayama, third grade student from Sandy International High School of Kansei Gakuin. And the facilitator for today's discussion is Professor Shigeru Matsumoto. Professor Matsumoto is the director of the Center for Global Human Resource Development at Rikyo University. He is also the host of the NHK TV program, Otona no Tsueigo, or Basic English for Adult Learners. 6 students, you may have a lot of pressure in front of a large audience, but please enjoy being here, talking with your friends, discussing with your friends. You have nothing to worry about. If something goes wrong during the discussion, it is not your fault. It's the facilitator's fault. Then Mr. Professor Matsumoto, please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kogo. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for attending this session. I'm really happy to be able to moderate this discussion, and I've been looking forward to listening to what the students want to say about the SGH project. Okay, and I'd like to first explain the procedure of this discussion. Each one of the students will make a 4-minute presentation about what they have learned through the SGH project. And after that, I'll ask some questions to all the discussants. Okay? And then I'd like all of you to interact with each other. Please feel free to ask questions and make some comments if you like to other students on this stage. Okay? Are you ready? Okay. You don't look nervous at all. That's really great. Okay. First, I'd like to ask Noguchi-kun to make a presentation.
So, the most significant change happened to me throughout the Hiroshima brochure project
HBP in Florida so that I became free of preconception. Before I went to Florida, I had a preconception that there will be a big difference on views of nuclear weapons between American students and us. So I read many books about the history of the nuclear weapons and the history of war between America and Japan. However, the program was very different from what I had expected. During the classes and activities there, I realized that I was not speaking to the audience, but discussing with high school students there, who were not trying to criticize us, but trying to exchange their views on same problems. What moved my heart was that we high school students were mainly discussing peace and justice, which is a common task for our future, the time when we become adults. I also found many similarities between Japanese students and students in Florida during daily life there. For example, in our school, we become excited when someone has new and interesting gadgets. In Florida, same thing happened that when I used electric dictionary, two girls got interested in a tiny note-shaped multi-dictionary which they have never seen before. After all, the most precious gift was the bond with my host family. After the project, I keep contacting with my host family, and I sent them a Christmas card last week. What's important is I became free of preconception, and it gave me many positive effects to my activities afterward. One thing is that I turned to focus on similarities of other people rather than differences. Actually, I'm now joining a program called LCAS, which selected high school students go to Kyoto University and have experiments with college students there. And that is connected to what I would like to do in the future. Just like I'm studying in the programs, I would like to be a scientist who connects different fields of research and solve social problems. For example, photosynthesis, 光合成 in Japanese, and physical distribution systems. That's because my interests usually change from like photosynthesis to fuel efficient transportation system and fuel efficient transportation system to traffic jam, and so on. As a consequence of being free of preconception and trying to focus on the similarities of other people, I am making new friends at LCAS programs, and of course these SGH programs. And that will help me to be a scientist who I want to be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd like to ask you some questions. First of all, you said that it's important to focus on similarities when we communicate with people, people from different cultures and countries. Why do you think so?
Because we both have the similarities and differences when we born, and but the aim of us as human is to make the future world more peaceful and more easy to live. So I didn't know that that was the common start point of for our discussion or debate or so on. But yeah, so that means so focusing similarities means that to know our start point of our debate.
Nakayama-san, what do you think of what you said?
I agree with you. And yeah, I thought I would like to try, as you said, if I have chance to talk with other people who have different backgrounds in other countries. And how many friends did you make during you were in Florida?
In Florida? Oh,
By using your finding similarity?
Yeah, friends from Korea and friends from Nigeria, and who live in Korea, and my host family, of course, and friends in school. So it's kind of deep relationship was maybe 10 or more people, but yeah, generally about 100 or 50.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I had a speaker there school, and yeah, I can raise the number. Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
And another question, when you had discussions with students in Florida, did you find any differences in terms of attitudes toward discussing global issues with other students?
Yes. Okay. Yes. So our aim is common, but our education is different. So their aim was to first know the differences of our education, and so yes. In Japan, we maybe search the opinions which after we have education. Yes, but they were discussing what kind of education can we have before having practical opinions.
Oh, they first express their ideas, and then they will study about the topic. Is that what you want to say? So they are quite positive toward expressing their ideas.
Yes, yes, and they focus on the education we had rather than the opinion we have after having the education.
I see.
Having each education.
Were they interested in listening to your explanation about Japanese education?
Yes, and yes, they were. Yes, and we mentioned about the, of course, Japanese damage caused by America and during the war, but we also showed the Japanese troops which attacked America, and these two viewpoints was very had a very good good comments from American students. Yes.
You speak English very well. I'm just curious, how old were you when you started learning English?
I went to America when I was 1 year old. So it's kind of when I born. Yes.
How long did you stay there?
Stay there in about 6 years.
Oh, I see.
So I came back to Japan before I entered elementary school.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, I'd like to ask Ikeda-kun to make a presentation.
Immigration is one of the hottest topics in Japan today. So our school's SGH project focuses on immigration and multicultural coexistence. So on the desk work in my school's SGH project, we studied about immigration. So I gradually became interested in immigration. So one day I realized that the number of Nepali people living in Japan is really increasing because there are a lot of Nepali food restaurants and a lot of Nepali people. So I searched the data through the internet. Practically it was right. The number of Nepali people in Japan has doubled compared with last year. So I thought, what's happening in Nepal? So I went to Nepal by using Tobitade Ryugaku Japan. There, I made an observation and asked questionnaire about Nepal to the local people. So through the Nepal research, I got a lot of information about Nepal. So one of the information is that many young Nepali people have to go out of their country and work in foreign countries because there are not enough employment opportunity in Nepal. Then, at that time, I thought it is not entirely right to accept immigrants freely. Because, yes, so they are poor and they make money, they make a lot of money in foreign countries. Yes, it seems to be nice, I think it's nice, but it is not essential solution to the problem of poverty of Nepal. Because from the viewpoint of the countries which are sending immigrants, they cannot develop themselves, they cannot develop their domestic industries because of an outflow of labor resources. So, I think we, developed country, should not accept immigrants only for seeking our profit. So as you can see, I could think about migration from the viewpoint of both side country. I mean, a departure country and arrival country. So, I mean, I got the multiple points of view on immigration. So this is one of the things which I learned in SGH project. And in the future, I would like to make more employment opportunity in Nepal by making enterprises and factories so that Nepali young people don't have to go out of their country for their jobs, so that Nepal domestic industry can be improved more, and so that Nepal can prosper more. But now, I don't have much knowledge about how to develop countries. So I would like to go to the School of Political Science and Economics in Waseda University, because I'm in the Waseda University High School. And there, especially, I would like to learn about international development studies and international relations. Thank you.
Thank you, Ikeda-kun. I'd like to confirm with you about how you became interested in immigration issues. Did you say that you were given a topic, I mean immigration, and in the first place you're not really interested in that issue, right? But why did you become interested in that issue?
First, yeah, I'm not much interested in immigration, but I knew that immigration is one of the ways to solve the problem of lower birth rate in Japan. So this is why I got interested in it.
That's interesting. And why did you choose Nepal?
When I was a junior high school student, I met a friend from Nepal. And this is the best friend of mine. And he told me a lot of things about developing countries. So this is the first time to listen and think about the developing countries. So Nepal, in my heart, Nepal is really the big one.
What did you like the best about Nepal?
Like food. They use many spices. So
You like spicy food?
yes, spicy food. Yeah.
Okay. And you're planning to start business in Nepal. What kind of business do you think would be good?
Sorry.
What kind of business do you think be good to start in Nepal?
Sorry, but I don't know now. But in my plan, I will advertise the cheapness of personnel cost in Nepal to the Japanese enterprises. And then Japanese enterprises and I will look for the way to harmonize the strong point of Nepal and Japanese enterprises field. So then I think we will make the original industry which doesn't exist except for in Nepal. I think.
What language did you use when you communicated with people in Nepal?
English.
English. Do people in Nepal speak English?
Yes, because English is really essential to work.
Okay. In Nepal. Okay. Yeah.
I want to ask a question. You said that welcoming immigrants is good for increasing the number of birth rate, right? But I think there are some problems if we welcome immigrants because we have different cultures. So are there any ideas that you have to solve culture differences problem?
It's a nice question.
Thank you.
I think in Japan there is big problem. Many people have a discrimination against foreign people. So I think we should take a class. We should take a class to educate the students to the multicultural. So in the elementary school and junior high school, yes.
That's good. I also think like SGH project is one solution to make but students can because like SGH project I expect that students can respect diversity. I like your idea too.
Thank you.
You have the moral answer. Excellent. Ms. Kawai, I understand you went to Tanzania, so maybe you have something in common. Maybe you have some comments on what he said.
I agree with your idea that the developed countries shouldn't accept the immigration, but how to work for their own countries, the immigration, how to work for their own countries. So we shouldn't accept the immigration, but then immigration.
I don't think he said that we should not accept immigrants from other countries.
So it's just, I mean that so we developed country should not accept immigrants only for seeking out profit. So,
Sorry. So how is the Nepal people, the atmosphere, or something like that?
yeah, I love the atmosphere of Nepal people because they are so slowly. So when the sun rises, they wake up, and the sun goes down, they sleep. So because there is no electricity, especially in the mountainside. So I really love the lifestyle in Nepal.
You like slow life, huh? Okay, thank you very much. Then let's go on to Tapada-san.
So what is important when we talk with foreigners isn't a lot of vocabulary or like smile or the ability to listen in the conversation. Also, yeah, of course they are also essential, but I think the most important thing is to have my own opinion at any situation. It is a UBC program that taught it to me. UBC is the abbreviation of University of British Columbia. It's a school in Canada. So I went there last August and spent the life and took classes for 2 weeks. But before going to Canada, we have the English lecture in Japan for 4 months. Thanks to that, I got many excitement. There were a lot of students from SGH high school. So I'm not an attorney and I studied English from junior high. So it was the first time for me to speak English for a long time. So therefore, I really enjoy listening to various teenage thoughts in there. In addition, I chose the classes of named Independent Research Study course. It taught me how to think PPDSC cycle or like a junior paper or make a good presentation and so on. And they are so useful even now. But the moment I truly surprised was the first class in UBC I took classes named Journalism in Practice. The first of all, we have to introduce ourselves to all the classmates. So I said I play the oboe in the orchestra club. The oboe is a kind of musical instrument that I play now. So I said, but some people seem not to know it. My teacher asked me after seeing the appearance, can you explain the oboe's sound in words? It's so difficult question, and now it's still difficult for me, but so at that time I couldn't. But I felt the effort to answer a question like this, for example, express the sound of oboe in words, lead to journalistic thinking, I feel. Then we had the classes in the morning for 3 hours every weekday in UBC. All of them were really interesting. There were a lot of students from many countries like America, Canada, China, Shanghai, and so on. So it's so excitement for me. And I feel the differences of foreign students and the Japanese students. They have the strong opinions on Japanese. Whenever they feel strange a little against the other words, they must ask the question, even the speaker is their friend. So that I will have learned to have my own opinion is so important when I talk to someone. And I made a lot of friends in UBC, so let me introduce my episode. I remember strongly. The day before getting back to Japan, our monitor suddenly said, why don't you watch the start tonight? So it was a so attractive suggestion for me. So I and my friends go to watch the start. It was a so beautiful start in my life. So I did a lot of assignments in the class of journalism in practice. I tried to interview for stranger in English, or I made a presentation about my favorite topic. Besides, I learned about the introduction of my partner. So now I'm interested in the media and the power of words, but I cannot decide my dream yet. So I want to go abroad to study in my university life, because I will find something I will be anxious to do for life in the foreign country. I haven't chosen the country yet, but this time I want to go there for a long time. So thanks to this SGH program, I got many experiences and friends or good memory. So I'm so thankful for everyone who gave me this memorable time in my life. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I really like the ending of your presentation. Okay. You said it's important to have our own opinions on various issues, but I kind of think that young people do not really express their opinions. Do you have any suggestions?
In UBC life, we have a lot of classes, I said before. The teaching styles little differ from Japanese one. The main contents were discussion and conversation in UBC. But I feel Japanese classes are less discussion than Canada class. So if I can say a suggestion, we will include the time or chance for discuss with someone who engages in the same problem. Yeah, I want to suggest it here.
So we should have more discussion time for students to interact with other people. Okay. And was that your first overseas trip?
Yes. I have been to the foreign country sometimes, but it's the first time for me to study.
I see. So would you like to go back to UBC? You said that you're going to study abroad.
I want to go to Japanese university actually, because it seems interesting for me as a Japanese college life. So, but someday I will go back again to UBC.
Okay. And you speak English very fluently, so I'm wondering how you've been studying English.
From junior high.
Okay. You went to the Tsukuba University, the University of Tsukuba Junior High School. How your English class is conducted at your high school?
My English class was in my English class we use a lot textbook. So we have the opportunity for the reading many sentences in English.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So your classes focus on improving reading skills.
yeah,
Okay. Do you have any questions? Okay.
So I would like to ask that, of course, before expressing your own opinion, and making our own opinion, we have to have interest in particular subjects. And in our school, we have many opportunities to look at many social programs. But depending on the theme, some students got interest, but some students don't. And what do you think? Also, when I talk with people from other countries, I realize that I haven't had much interest for my own country or own city, and but in usual days, I don't think that it's important to search about our country activity. But what do you think would make your interest to something and search about? Search about. But what would make you?
I think we should more know about the Japan. Japanese should know more about Japan. Actually, I took the paper in UBC class. Its name Media How Can You Effectively Educate Teens. It focuses on media. So because I feel many people depend on media these days, and also I feel youngers can know the Japan or something. I'm sorry. Youngers can know enough for living the life. At the time, I focused on the horror of juvenile delinquency, but I want to say Japanese should know more about Japan or something like that. So we should educate more for teens, I think.
And so did you choose the journalist? Same. So what caused you to choose that topic? What made you to choose the topic of the journalism? Yes.
There are 12 classes in UBC. For example, I chose journalism or political science or playing or game or music or many classes there. But I especially interested in media because I want to study about the media. I don't know the reason, but I'm interested in the media now. Well, my friends, all of my friends have smartphone or using the Line or Twitter or SNS. So I want to focus on the power of the media. Maybe we will use the media for effectively way. We can make a huge power. So I'm interested in the media, and I chose the journalism in practice.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Takada. And then, Imamura-san, please.
Hello everyone. First of all, I'm so glad to be chosen as one of the speakers for today. Thank you for giving me such a great opportunity. So now I'd like to tell you about what I learned through SGH activities and then about my future plan. When I was in the 9th grade, my school was designated as one of the super global high schools. Then I was not so interested in global issues, but then we were told that a new course named Global Issues would be created. So I applied for the course just out of curiosity. It turned out that the new course opened many doors to the world for me. I have done many things, but I will tell you 2 of them today. The first one is Critical Issues Forum, or the CIF. It was held this April in America. It is a nuclear disarmament forum for high school students from America, Russia, and Japan. We were required to make a presentation in English for 15 minutes, and the topic this year was global nuclear vulnerability. It was really difficult and took us 4 months to prepare and research, but finally we made it. In Montreal, California, where the CIF was held, about 50 students got together from the 3 countries. And there I found that all students really want to eliminate nuclear weapons, even America and Russia have them. I was so surprised and glad when I found it. So now let me tell you about another occasion where I made many friends in other countries. I attended Asian and Oceania High School Students Forum held in Nakayama in August. In that forum, there were 20 high school students from 20 different countries. I stayed in touch with them. There I found that there are many incidents going on in their countries, which are not covered in the news. I also realized that some of them are wrongly reported in Japan. Finally, about my future plan. I want to study sociology at university. As to the career, it is really hard for me to narrow down now because I'm interested in so many things. Also, I want to visit many countries and see how people live there. Actually, I'm going to the Philippines next week on the program called Hiroshima Miraijuku, sponsored by Hiroshima Prefecture. I'm sure the program will be a great opportunity for me again and will open another new door. I still do not know where I will be in 10 years, but wherever I am, whatever I do, one thing I am sure is I will be working to make the world more more peaceful place than now, remembering Hiroshima. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you very much. You have a wonderful and important goal in your life. That's excellent. You said that you had to make a 15-minute presentation on nuclear vulnerability?
15 minutes.
15 minutes, right? What did you find most difficult in terms of making a presentation on such a very difficult topic?
It was the most important.
Difficult of making such a presentation.
Anyway, the topic was so difficult, but now many countries possess nuclear weapons and they rely on nuclear deterrence. So it is difficult to how to persuade them to give up possessing nuclear weapons. But yeah, so that was sorry.
Yeah, I know it's a very difficult question. You have a question? Okay.
Do you have any plan to let the people in the world to know the danger from nuclear weapon through the Hiroshima's experience?
I think through telling what will happen if now one nuclear weapon is used, is really important one. So yeah, now if one nuclear bomb is used, it is said that 17 million people would be killed instantly, and also 2 billion people would die through food problem. So if we know the fact, we will feel proud or something. So it's very important.
I see. So they may plan to hold the events to let them know about nature if they are ready.
So I attended the Critical Issues Forum, and that program is really nice one, but then I want to really sorry.
I understand that the critical issue for students from Russia also participated. Were you able to communicate with them? Did you speak English?
We speak English, but yeah, their English was sounds like Russian. So at first it was difficult to understand.
But you got used to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you make a lot of friends?
Yes, I'm still in touch with some of them.
Oh, great. Are you looking forward to going to the Philippines? Is this the first time to visit the Philippines?
Yeah, it is my first time.
You speak English, you know, very good. How did you start learning English? When did you start learning?
When I entered junior high school.
Oh, really? So you didn't study English at all when you were a child?
I guess I had a sports of Wednesday. She was one, but I don't remember so much.
Thank you very much. And next, Kawai-san, please.
I was a German. I said hello everyone in Swahili. So today I'd like to talk about what I learned through the SGH program and my short stay in Tanzania. Main topic of our SGH research last year was how to work with people who have different cultures. One day I had a strange experience. When I had a presentation about my group research at Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University, I told a joke which is very popular in the US. Many of the international students laughed, but Japanese. I wondered why. I thought that was just because of the differences in our sense of humor. What makes those differences? In the global society, many Japanese people seem to be very shy. Sometimes we do not show our feelings or tell our thoughts directly. However, we do have our own special ways of communication. We try to read between the lines, try to understand, and to be understood without particular words. I'm not saying which is right and which is wrong. All we need is to respect each other. Knowing each other's background and lifestyles must be helpful for better understanding. This summer, I went to Tanzania as a medical volunteer for a month. All volunteers were high school students from all over the world. At first, there was a little distance between native English speakers and non-natives, but I was able to understand most of what they said and enjoyed staying there. When I once had a situation, I didn't understand why the surgery started laughing so hard. What I did then was just smile. I didn't want to interrupt their conversation. Depending on the situation, I think we don't need to understand everything. By the way, how do we know people? I say, go and see them in person. Live in your eyes. If you really would like to know the certain thing, you have to look at it by yourself. Fortunately, I had chances to visit Singapore on our school trip. Tanzania and Singapore, a developing country and a developed country. I'm so proud to have chances to be in those two different countries. Now I can tell their ways of seeing the world are not the same. Their problems and in their daily lives are completely different. In other words, their happiness must be different. What they think is funny, called the sense of humor, can be different. But the differences are not the problem. The actual problem is not knowing how different they are. Without seeing them in their ordinary lives, you won't be able to know them. This is what I learned. In the future, I'd like to become a global surgeon. I hope to visit many countries. I am trying to study not only the technical matters, but also the good ways of communicating with patients. Thank you very much for listening.
Kawai-san, I'd like to know why you chose Tanzania. Were you interested in Africa?
Yeah, I just wanted to go to Africa. Especially, I just wanted to go to Africa in my age because maybe I can go to the US or the England and more older. And when I was high school student, to go to the Africa is good experience. It's really good experience, maybe for me, I think so.
Okay, while you were engaged in medical volunteer, what was the most difficult thing to do?
It is the language is the most difficult because the Tanzanian people can speak only Swahili. So, but I don't know any Swahili word or something like that. So I learned about the Swahili in their conversation, and that was the most difficult.
Okay, Noguchi-kun, Kawai-san mentioned that it's important to know the differences. Do you have anything to say about this?
And Kawai-san mentioned that we have to respect the differences, and that would be very important because because as she said,
Oh, you agree, right? It's important to know the differences, but we have to look for similarities as well.
Yes,
and focus on the similarities.
Yes, and we don't have to, and we must not, force to make the differences same, because it's kind of culture and it's their history, and so respecting. So the focusing on the similarities doesn't mean that we have to be same. Yes.
Because we are different, we have to focus on similarities.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. And finally, I'd like to ask Nakayama-san to make a presentation.
Thank you. Hello. Have you ever identified yourself as a global citizen? I define global citizen as someone who self-identifies as a member of human race who live on this earth and take action to build a peaceful world. Global citizen is important word for me, so I will talk about it later more. Last year, I did SGH research, and my research question is how to increase the number of children who have healthy minds and bodies in developing countries. I chose this research, I set this research question because I'm interested in child care support, and also I believe that children will become leaders in the future who will build a peaceful world. So I set this research question. And after that, I came up my life goal when I participated in a summer camp which was held by Kansei Gakuin for SGH students. My life goal is to help all people identify themselves as global citizens. So, I believe that to make a peaceful world, all people have to cooperate each other, and global citizen is the best word to make all people together. So I set this life goal, and to achieve my life goal, I have two dreams. First dream is to become a professional ballet dancer, and ballet is one art that can tell feelings or thoughts to others without any language. So I would like to hold charity performances in many different countries. And my second dream is to become a staff member of UNICEF. As I said before, children will become leaders in the future. So I want to work for children. And I want to raise the number of children who identify themselves as global citizens. So to make these two dreams come true, I'm going to go to Kansei Gakuin University from next April. And I will study politics in law department. Global issues are man-made, so I expect that politics relates deeply to solve global issues. So I decided to go to law department. Moreover, I would like to go study abroad for ballet as a student of Togitate Ryugaku Japan while I'm a university student. Also, I would like to participate. Also, I would like to join UN Youth Volunteer and work on my SGH research more too. So, I'd like to say, Seoul International School SGH helped me to develop skills to achieve my life goal. For example, not only English, thinking logically, creatively, and globally. Also, respecting diversity and presenting my opinion with confidence, like today. So to go to next step, I'm going to graduate SGH and go to SGU. Because KG is from SGU University, and I hope I can be proud of myself more as a global citizen. So this is my way to contribute to build a peaceful world as a global citizen. How about you? I expect that committing and motivating SG project is one of your way to contribute to build a peaceful world as a global citizen. Let's stand together to build a peaceful world, because we are global citizens. Thank you for listening.
Oh, excellent. You have clear and important goals in your life. And you'd like to become a professional ballet dancer. What sort of ballet do you perform?
So the classical ballet.
Oh, I see.
And I also practice contemporary dance too. So contemporary means like modern. So I would like to performance in classical ballet and also modern ballet.
And you like to perform ballet in order to, help people in developing countries.
Because I expect that it's important to connect developing countries and developed countries to solve global issues. And classical ballet is especially popular in developed countries. So by holding charity performances in many developed countries, I expect that people who live in developed countries may notice that situation in developing countries. So I would like to hold charity performances.
So when you say charity performances, you like to raise money by performing ballet and ask people to donate their money.
Yeah, and also I would like to help them to to self-identify as global citizens.
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to continue this discussion more, but we are running out of time. And having discussed with these excellent students, I'm truly convinced that this SGH program has been effective in nurturing future global leaders. So once again, please give them a big hand for their
Students, thank you for joining the forum today. And as one of the staff who are in charge of the SGH project and also English education, I'm really proud of you. If I were the facilitator at this discussion, I would definitely give you some present to share to show my thanks. You did? Yes. Well, students, now it's time for you to enjoy the winter vacation. Let's have a round of applause for our speakers and Professor Matsumoto.